What is up, you guys? It's your boy John here from Puma Plow. It is time. It is the video. Finally, it's here. We will be combining wheat in this video. Not we. I didn't do it. I filmed it, but I wasn't participating. So guys, thanks for clicking on the video. Welcome to an On the Farm episode 61. How's everybody doing? Thank you. This, what you're looking at here, well, that's grass. But this is a John Deere S670 combine with a 35-foot draper head on there. And you can see here's some wheat that they've harvested and then wheat that they have not harvested. They were down there a couple different times because it was tough where it went down out here. And somebody left a comment in the previous video that that was hail damage. That was not hail damage. It was a particular variety of wheat that went down like crazy. They had two different varieties of wheat out here. Actually, I think 3 varieties of wheat. It's very common for farmers to kind of mix and match like that in a field. This field here was one variety, and then across the road was 2 varieties in that field. So it is very common for farmers to do that because maybe this variety is better than that variety, and you don't know that until harvest time. So that was that. It's not hail damage. The grain is still in the stalk or whatever it's called. It's a technical term, I'm sure. The grain was still there. And I can tell you the field he is in right here, the field, not the film, the field that I will be filming him in here was 120-ish bushels to the acre. In case you guys don't know, that is really, really good wheat. The best field that these farmers have ever grown was 123 bushels, and that was a different field this year. That was a couple miles away, different field, but 123 bushels to the acre, and this was 120 bushels to the acre.
Corn is massive. It is tall. We did get a little bit of rain yesterday here in real life. We got about 8/10 of an inch here at the farm. I got nothing at home. I'm still watering my yard like crazy at home, but here at the farm, about 8/10 of an inch. It helps, but really it's like a drop in the bucket. So, you guys, I just got done cutting the grass. Took a little break, drank a couple cups of water, because like I said earlier, it is hot out. So now I'm going to go weed the pumpkins, but I've got the wrong head of tire on. So, well, that's better, right? All right, so the tool of choice for this is a hula hoe.
You know, we'll go out there in the late fall, early winter, and actually trim around these telephone poles with a string trimmer just to make it look better, because nobody else does it, and it just looks so much better. I don't know how many times I can say it just looks better. So it's worth it. It is definitely worth it. So I wanted to get like lower and then on the other side of him, but there's electric lines right there. You know, obviously there's a telephone pole there, so I was not going to go fly on that side. As you guys can see, the pumpkins, mostly volunteer gourds, like I said earlier in the drone part, are doing quite well. They are all about this heat, and they're not actually getting any water because we only water what we planted in the center of the These small ones right here were just planted, so it's crazy the size difference. You know, we got the great big ones out front that are in vine out stage already, and then we've got these here that are just set out. And actually, the day this video is coming out, we are going to set out a couple more, and then we're done. So it's about time.
We've had close to 6 inches of rain. The weeds are just out of control right now everywhere. The bean patch out front here, which I got some drone footage of that, I'll put in the video in just a second. Just terrible with weeds right now. They need to get out there and spray, which they will soon. They will very soon.
Farm video. So we are flying over the late beans. As you can see now, they are just about out of the wheat stubble. Not weed. Wheat stubble. Whoops. Almost entirely, and they have sprayed these beans now. If you guys remember last week, I showed you there was quite a bit of weed pressure out there. Pretty sure I showed that to you guys. Pretty sure. But they have sprayed it now. You can see there's some tracks there. For some reason, they drove across the field at like a 45. Not sure why, but they did. There's a ditch right here. That's why all this grass is here and whatnot. But you can see, coming out of the wheat stubble, these are 20-inch rows. They're not closed up yet, but they're getting there. They are definitely getting there. Go flying next time. And this was a couple thousand feet away, so it got a little scary at times. But within the range of the drone, I was like, when we were back out at that corner where he just turned around, that was like 5,000 feet away from where I was standing. So it's within the range of the drone. It just gets a little scary when you're flying that far away. I actually did put the drone up earlier in the day, and I flew it over this, and I couldn't tell from the air, or I shouldn't say from the air, I couldn't tell on my tablet basically from the drone video feed that these weeds were all sick. You can tell these weeds are not healthy looking right now. Apparently the farmer snuck down there on his like utility vehicle thing, John Deere Gator, whatever you want to call it, and he took care of them for us. So thanks, farmer.
First pumpkin of 2016, cut off the vine. We use actually when we go to pick them for our pumpkin party that we have, we use a loping shear usually, like the big long loping shear is usually what we use. So anyway, you guys, sorry about the sun in your eyes, but I do appreciate y'all watching another On the Farm video. Make sure to hit that like button for more. Subscribe as always, and until next time, I'm your boy John from Puma Plow. Thanks for watching, and
my dad does know these people, so it's not like it's a big deal to be flying over them or anything. But as you can see there, that truck is full of corn. So corn harvest has begun here in Missouri, in the St. Louis area. This was filmed obviously this past Sunday. Since then, I've heard that multiple other people have started picking corn. And as you can see here, they've knocked out a pretty good chunk of this field already to keep up with the amount of corn that they were able to harvest that day. And because it was a Sunday, maybe they didn't have their full staff like normal. I'm not pretty sure. These guys farm a fair bit of land in a couple different spots. So it is very impressive and really cool to see it. And yeah, so we're coming back down already. A little bit, maybe not. You can see here starting to appear on screen, right? It looks like they went in and did some mowing or a little bit of picking of like the bad corn. You can see there's a water hole there. And so they must have wanted to get in there ahead of time and get rid of some of that before picking the rest of the field.
Here we go, guys. We are out in the pumpkin patch, obviously, and I found a Cinderella pumpkin. This is one of my favorite shapes of pumpkins that we grow, or favorite varieties. You can see it. It's very flat. Here's actually another one here with some weeds. Let's pull that weed. But here's another one here. You can see it's a flat pumpkin. Nice, flat and round. Pretty awesome pumpkin. Like I said, one of my favorites.
And you can also see this is the field. This is like the super sandy soil in the area. This is probably the sandiest field in the area down there. And when I mean sand, it's literally sand. Like you could almost bag it up and sell it as like sand for a sandbox. It's pretty bad how sandy this field actually is. This time involving a Case combine and a Case Magnum on the auger wagon. I know John Deere is very popular, but this right here is one of 3 people that we know of that have Case combines in our local area, and we happened to go find them out in the field. You can see here he is just finishing off his end rows, and they really had just gotten started on this field basically, and really chugging. And it was interesting. You could watch. There's a sandy spot through this field here, and the bubble up auger would barely have anything coming out. Then he'd get in the good car, and it would just go again, like it's going there pretty good. So this is a 7230 Case combine, guys. Case combine 7230. It's a pretty good size combine. I mean, it's not the biggest thing Case makes. I think that's the 90 series. But I will tell you guys, if you've been following the On the Farm series, which, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. The patch of corn over at the neighbors that I filmed a couple times with all those weeds and the dead spots, the super sandy soil, that did not yield very well. It was pretty bad. So, not gonna, yeah, I guess, I mean, I could tell you. I don't know. I won't. I'll keep it a secret. I don't know why, but I'll keep it a secret. It did not yield too much. So, that is unfortunate. But sometimes when you have super dry conditions like we had this summer, it happens. It was dry and it was really hot, and any of the little sandy spots really definitely showed up this year, and just burned it right off. So that is what most of that field was. That was very sandy, and truck drivers coming over, going to go ahead and take that truck and empty it into their holding bin so it can be dried and then put into storage, and they will sell it over the winter. They haul it down to St. Louis, where it gets put onto a barge and sent down the Mississippi River, somewhere down yonder. So here we go. He's got this bad boy opened up, cranked up, wide open now. Go ahead and get this auger wagon emptied out and fill this truck. This truck is a little smaller than the green one as well. But, yeah, it's pretty cool, and I appreciate the farmers for letting me film this. This is quite awesome. All right, so here we go. We are inside of the mixer now, risking my arm inside of the mixer with the GoPro. Probably not the best idea I've ever had, but, you know, got to get that shot right. This concrete right here actually is a little on the dry side. It could use some more water. But you want to add it slowly because you don't want to get it too on the wet side. We're spreading something. I'm not totally sure exactly what this was, but this field is going to be planted in wheat, I think. Probably. Not totally sure. They kind of do stuff differently pretty much every single year, so you never really know what they're going to do on like what field or anything. So I can only assume that's why they're putting this down. That or they're going to put it back in corn next year. I'm not totally sure. I should have asked them, but I did not see any of them to talk to them. Basically, the drone is 5,200 feet away from me right now. I was standing at the farm, flying the drone, looking at the tablet, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go see if I can spy on them 5,200 feet away. So I thought that was very, very cool that I was able to do that. And same thing, here we go with the reverse. Playing with the editing a little bit, guys, just why not? Something fun to do. And yeah, so I like doing the reverse clips. You know, you can see the corn just like go backwards and like magically grow again. It's kind of cool. So it's scary to get close to stuff with the drone, so you can see what model tractor that actually is. That is a JM auger wagon. Words are hard, guys. That is a JM auger wagon, but it's a tiny one. It is a very tiny one. I think it's only, I don't even want to speculate. It's tiny though, compared to a lot of the other guys in the area with way bigger ones. That's a small auger wagon. Because of the mosquitoes, or if we do stay, we go in our shed, we shut all the doors, and we light some tiki torches. It is brutal right now with mosquitoes, guys. Just brutal down there. So we tried to, you know, take evasive actions when necessary. Or when possible. Look at the ruts he cut last time on his last pass there on the bottom. And this time, yeah, he's not going to go in it because there's no corn there. It would just be like driving through it just to make mud.
Vlogging in the garden, and it is a little windy because I think we've got a little bit of a storm coming. We turn around this way. Looks like it might rain. It has not rained here in a little while, and it would actually be all right if it rained. We got the grass cutter ready. And usually they go out there with their big old disc chisels and just get it done. And I think this year the blacker dirt, because obviously the sandy dirt dries out real easy, the blacker dirt holds the moisture. And so I think these guys are going to their blacker fields. Forgive me, I know it sounds weird, but you guys know what I mean. Going to the fields that are wetter, and they're disking it down first to open it up, and so it'll dry better. People have started changing. So guys, while I was actually filming this little clip here, it started to rain, and you can't tell it on the video, but yeah, it started raining. Not super heavy, but fairly decent, and drone rain, probably not a good idea. So guys, that is it for drone time, and actual John will be coming back. Please sit back and enjoy the rest of the video, and until next time, John the voiceover guy. What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. How is everybody doing? And welcome back to another on the farm video. This time 100% drone footage. So if you're into the drone footage, awesome, stick around, you'll love this video. If not, appreciate you clicking on the video, but just fair warning, guys, all drone footage all the time. So we're gonna call him Farmer Fred. He's getting into his case combine, and like I said, these were a little tough. If they weren't tough, you could probably go a little faster, but these were a little tough yet. So just trying to get out and get something done. You got to keep moving when it comes time to harvest, especially we've had decent-ish weather here where haven't had a lot of rain. It rained like, it was weird. We were down at the farm, and you know, like flying the drone half a mile away. Bring the drone back, the drone was wet. He harvests till he's full, and then he stops and goes. He can't make a round in his field, and this is why auger wagons, grain carts have become such a thing. Well, there's a couple reasons there. One, the combine never stops, more productive. And then two is so you can make rounds in your fields
and not have to stop and back up and then go empty. And that's exactly what he's doing here. And you know, it's totally like the old school way of farming. And I couldn't actually show you guys where he was emptying because he was driving up around his buildings where his truck was. He was unloading into a semi truck, but I can't actually show you that because it shows off like way too much about his farm, and I'm not going to do that to somebody without their permission. So, and even with that permission, I probably still wouldn't do that. But guys, we found a quad track. This is Zach's family again. I like filming them. They're cool with it. They're all down with it, it seems. So I like getting out and filming them. But that is a quad track 435. I'm not sure what brand. You guys will tell me. I'm sure that disc is. That's a regular old disc with a, I guess you could call it like a heavy harrow thing on the back there to kind of break up any clods or whatnot. But a lot of guys in the area are just disking this year, disking their corn ground because it has been wet. And same thing with the other field. Yes, he's making a little bit of dust, but that's just right off the surface most of the time. This field's pretty wet yet, so it happens. That's why he's disking it, guys. So I just thought it was so cool to see it go. So here we go from the side. You can see it's just boiling out of there. He wasn't actually going as deep as you might think, especially right here. That outside disc on the front, it's not even doing anything most of the time, but just kind of scratching along the ground, getting it opened up. And you can actually see right here, if you look in the cab, he's not even touching the wheel, guys. He's using GPS. So basically, I believe when they are doing this, he would turn and then push a button, and it just takes him right across the field after that. July and into August, that corn drowned out right there. Then all the weeds started coming through. So now there's a lot of weeds there, and by disking them, he will help. He will help it out quite a bit. Do you like that little fast time there? Boom, as he turned. I thought it was cool. All right, so we're coming in. He's going through the spot, and even if he was disking a little deeper, you would still see some green, because that's a lot of material for a disc to get rid of. So it's actually doing a fairly good job. The only way to really get rid of that completely by working it would be like a plow, just completely turn it under, and that would probably do it. But these guys don't plow anymore. None of the big farmers plow in the area anymore. So guys, we are done. The sunset fast time is a go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment if you made it all the way to the end. I do appreciate you. Hit that like button for more. Subscribe if you have not already done so. And until next time, thanks for watching. Toodles!